What's up everyone, it's Kaisen here and welcome back to a Path of Exile tutorial. First things first, we have some items. The first one is a chainmail and we have a good cold resist roll on here, some mana, no life, no second resist, not a good item. Here we don't have life, we don't have any resists, crappy item. +1 to socketed melee gems in itself is good. But there's no damage on the item. There's only a percentage increased physical damage roll. The 12% increased cold damage doesn't really do much on its own because there's no cold damage on the weapon. It could be interesting with high physical damage as well, because there are things like hatred. So if you would have a really high physical weapon and you would use hatred as your aura, 30% of that physical damage is translated into cold damage, and then for that cold damage that you get from this aura, the increased cold damage counts. So either you need cold damage on the weapon or you need a really high physical base, but we have neither, so this is not good. Here, again, no damage on the weapon. This one has a decent increased physical damage roll. We have some attack speed on here. We have some cold damage, fire resist. This is not a bad weapon, and actually it is an upgrade to what we have right now. So we will be using this one from now on. It's not great. It could be way better, but it definitely is an upgrade, and I'll show you guys in a second. Here we have boots with movement speed and 2 resistances, so that's pretty good. Life would be nice on here, but even like this is definitely usable. If you compare it to the ones that we have right now, we also have 10% movement speed, and then we have 3 resistances. But if you count them together, it's 29% resistances overall. And these new ones have 32, so they are a tiny bit better. Well, in a sense, it is harder to get chaos resist, so that's good on the other ones. So here I will definitely keep the boots, and depending on what I need in a certain situation, I will just switch back and forth between those two. This shield is pretty crappy. It has a really nice mana roll, and the intelligence roll is not bad. The life roll is is mediocre, but there's no resistances. If instead of energy shield we would have a resistance, or maybe even 2 on here, this would be a pretty good item. But as it is, we're just gonna sell it to the vendor. So if we look at our Spectral Throw, right now we have 140 DPS. If we use this weapon, it jumps to 171. So that's a pretty significant increase. I think that's roughly 30% increase. And if we check our second main attack, Double Strike, we go from 480 all the way up to 640. So we will deal a lot more damage, and it looks pretty massive. Yeah. Okay, so we got an upgrade. That's great. We can't really do the daily missions because we have level 4 on all of them. We did find Vegan last time, so we could invite Vegan to the hideout, but I don't necessarily want to do that right now. We will make it to cruel difficulty relatively soon, and then I don't want to lose the reputation that I have on these guys, because I want to get one of them to level 5 as soon as possible. So what I will do is just do these daily missions, and because I cannot enter, I will go with the abandoned daily again and just look at the items that they offer.
Looking
And
fierce today,
I'll let
Exile.
you guys know if
I
there's
like
anything
it.
interesting in terms of gems or items. Otherwise, what we will do next is we will go back to the Ebony Barracks, and I'll see you guys there. On Varici, I found a skill gem that we haven't talked about before. It is called Assassin's Mark, and it's a curse. If you do curse an enemy with it, there's a couple of things that happen. First of all, you the chance that you critically hit that particular mob is increased, and also if you land a critical strike or critical hit, you deal more damage. Then on top of that, if you manage to kill the monster while it is still cursed with Assassin's Mark, you gain life and mana, and you also have the chance to gain a power charge. Now, what all of this does is it makes crit builds a lot more powerful because if you have a crit build, for example, there's a couple of crit builds that are centered around wands because wands have high crit on the weapon already. So if you're centered around crit with your build, then this will obviously give you a boost for critical strike and critical damage. But it also gives you the chance to get a power charge. So if you have a high attack speed or high cast speed, and this 20% chance to grant a power charge is every 2 seconds basically. So let's say you have this might increase a bit. Let's say it increases to 30% at level 20. I don't know if it does, but let's just assume. So if you can get 2 attacks per second, that means you have 4 chances at 30% to gain a power charge, which actually makes it a bit more complicated. But that basically means you will definitely gain 1 power charge every 2 seconds. What the power charge does is it increases your chance to critically strike by 50%. So once you get the first power charge, to get the next one will be way quicker. And then the next one will be way quicker. And I think you can, if you get all the passives, for example, you can get power charge passives on the tree. Now I just have to see if I can find them really quickly. What's this? That's a frenzy charge. They're usually in between here. This is also a frenzy. This might be... No, that's an endurance charge. Power charge. It's likely that there's one up here, because if you're going for wands, you'll need a lot of intelligence. So it should be somewhere here. This might be one. Yes, okay. Instability. So here we get 1 additional maximum power charge. I think the usual number is 5, but if you get these nodes, you can get up to 7 or 8 of them. So that means you increase your critical strike chance by 50%, and that 7 or 8-fold. So that's pretty insane. So by using Assassin's Mark, you
So
can
there you
basically
are.
get crit every single time. And you will gain life and mana back as you do. You will obviously, because you crit, you will deal more damage. And if you then maybe have some sort of life leech, that's your whole defense that you need. If you don't get one shot, then you basically leech all life back with a single crit. There's a couple of builds that are centered around this idea. It is really powerful, but you do need a certain amount of crit already, and you do need a decent weapon for this to be viable. But it's a really good skill gem if you're going crit. All right, that's everything on the vendors. So let's make our way to Ebony Barracks. I'm back in Ebony Barracks, and I'm, as you can see, making my way along the right-hand wall again. And you can see over here, well, at least you were able to see that there is a tormented soul somewhere over there. Might be up here, actually. Alright, let's just rush in. I kind of want to keep the rare alive, because if there is actually a tormented soul here, we can just use the rare to catch it. So I'm just gonna keep the rare alive and see if I can find something here. I definitely did see something weird. The only place that I didn't look was in here, but then it's probably gone. There might have been one in here because I saw fire coming out of it. Anyway, so I guess we can kill this one. Extra projectiles, life regen. Now we are at. You can see the carpet here again. So this is the zone boss, General Gravicius again, but we're not going up there. What we're doing instead is right before before General Gravicius, you go right, and you will have this passage here. I think I showed you before when we were actually fighting Gravicius. So just clear this out. And here you have the entrance to Imperial Gardens, and that's where we're going next. Okay, here we are. Now in here, you can already see there will be statues, and we have these guys. We might have seen them before in Corrupted Zone, if I'm not mistaken. They have spikes on death, so they're basically melee monsters, but if you kill them, they release these spikes, which are physical damage, if I remember correctly. And then we have statues in here. In this area, it actually makes a lot of sense, or it makes it a lot easier if you have some sort of movement gem. And that reminds me, I should get Leap Slam relatively quickly. And if you guys are, following this along, you should try to get Leap Slam as well. It's pretty cheap to get. It's a level 10 gem. And if you use Leap Slam, you can just jump over here. I can't because I don't really have a movement gem like that, so I have to find a way around it. So that's a bit more annoying. But for me, it's obviously not a problem because I want to show you guys this area anyway. Here we have Avian Wretches, and those guys eat corpses and then throw the corpses at you. They have three projectiles basically per corpse. So if you were able to avoid 3, then they kind of have to eat the next corpse, and then they come at you again. They deal a decent amount of damage. They can be pretty dangerous. Again, it's physical damage as far as I know. So yeah, if you're, and I'm pretty sure that whatever they spit at you is considered a projectile. So if you already have Onder's Guile, then they shouldn't be a big issue for you anymore. The rest of the mobs, especially the all of the statues we've seen before. So I had to go around this area, so this is kind of I'm following the road, it goes along here. I'm pretty sure that it's not going... Oh, okay, okay, this is actually the waypoint. Good that I checked. I'm just gonna pick up the iron ring. Because at some point you will have this intersection where the road goes off in three ways. The first way is obviously towards the entrance again. The right-hand way goes towards the Scepter of God, which is the place where we will eventually fight Dominus. And the left-hand road, or the left-hand, well, let's just call it road. I'm having some trouble with my English vocabulary right now. But if you go left, then you will go towards the library. And this is actually our plan right now, because the library is, in terms of level, is the next zone that we should do right now. And there's a quest, so it is a zone that actually has a purpose. So we're just gonna follow the road. We have some monkeys here. Nothing new. I'm just gonna skip all of this. Oh, actually we have to find the zone boss before I forget it. So I'm just gonna kill all of these. Get some bigger statues. We've already seen those in Solaris, I think. I'm just gonna have a look around for the zone boss and then I'll be back. Just to show you guys, we have Devourers in here. Pretty sure I showed you before. They just come out of the ground and kind of, if you're close to them, they do an initial melee attack, or they have a melee attack. And if you're a bit further away, they have this projectile attack. Yeah. They can be pretty dangerous in a big group if they just spawn right on top of you, all of them, and then just do their melee attack, because if all of them attack at once, that might be the end of you. Alright, so I found the zone boss. It's Thistle Sage, and you can see he uses Ice Spear, and he can easily freeze you. Ice Spear has... So I can't do shit if I'm frozen. I can't go anywhere. Unless I have a potion that is... removes frozen, which I don't. My cold is not the greatest, so if I get hit, it deals quite a bit of damage to me. And, you know, if I can't get away, then this is a pretty tricky spot. Apart from Ice Shot, which has a high crit chance, he has allies reflect physical and elemental damage. So whatever attack you're using, you will deal either physical or elemental damage, and that will be reflected. So if you attack... Come on. Whoa. Okay, you will... you will get close to killing yourself, depending on your damage. I'm just trying to get in here, and as I hit the guy, I reflect my own damage. And then, as he dies, he will have this these thorns shooting out in all directions, the same as the smaller ones, but these ones deal quite a bit more damage. So, be careful that if you kill him, you're not on low health, because that could just kill you if you don't have enough HP left. Let's level Hatred. Since I was running around for quite a while, there's a couple of things that I found and that we will look at next. Well, actually, let's do the first thing here, because we still have the tower key in our inventory, and if we are already here, we can get rid of it. So, you remember when I said that we have the waypoint right here, and then we have a left hand way, which goes all the way until here, and right here you see the entrance to a new area. That's the library. That's where we will eventually go. If you take the right hand path, you will go here and then up here, and that's where we are right now. So here we enter this open area and stairs leading up to a locked door. Because you were able to go into this area before you killed Piety, so that's why it's locked. So that makes you kill Piety because you need the key, the tower key, to open it. God will only offer the door, man must choose whether to open it. Well, we choose to open it. So by clicking on it, we use the key, and the Scepter of God is open. And we could go in here, but we're not going to do that right now, because I found a couple of things that we will look at first. Because I want to keep everything in order, and in the right order. Over here you can see another zone, and this is a side zone. If I go on you can see that this right here is the Scepter of God, and here we have another zone. Well, this would actually be the library, I'm pretty sure. But here we have a side zone also with a quest in it, so we'll definitely do it. And also, something even more interesting in my mind, I went all the way over here looking for the zone boss, and here you can see is another zone. And this one is a corrupted zone, and that's where we will go first. Here we are at the corrupted zone, and it has patches of shocking ground and also increased monster attack speed, movement speed, and cast speed. The type of corrupted zone, it is inner grounds, and I had a look at the boss of this corrupted zone, and I do have to say that I'm not sure that I can actually kill this boss. I'll definitely try, but this one is an avian wretch, so one of the guys that we've seen in this zone, who eat corpses and then they spit them out. But this guy has the Soul Eater tag, so basically whenever you kill something around him, he gets stronger. I think he gains more HP, and he's faster through it. And on top of that, we have this increased attack and movement speed, so this might be really, really dangerous. Also with the shocking ground, because if I'm in the wrong spot and that guy spits at me and hits me, that might deal a ton of damage. But we'll see. We'll see. I think I might have found the end here. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, actually, I am. Okay. This is the end. I have to be really careful here. I just want to kill everything around before that guy is close, because if I kill those guys while he's around, I think we've seen punishment before. If he's around and I killed him, that only makes him stronger, so I don't want to do that. Let's see if I can get those guys out and get him close to me without drawing out the big guy. Okay, there's another one coming. Alright. I think this looks pretty good. Now, if we get the big guy, we have to kill him as fast as possible. This is a blue mob, so I just want to kill that before I encounter him. I know I'm going really slow here right now. Okay, this is the big guy. So you can... Holy shit. Okay, that was a big hit. I have to be careful about his hits. That's why I... Whoa, and he gains life back. Okay, this is... Woo. Oh, the Vazals. Okay, so he was spawning those little guys as well. So you can see that my health went down quite a bit. I was not trying to deal any AoE damage and kill all the little guys, because if I did, he would have been only stronger. So as a new player, this would be one of the main issues, or one of the main problems that you might have. You don't know what certain tags mean, and if you see Soul Eater, you just kill every single mob around that guy first, and then he gets overwhelmingly dangerous and strong. So if you see Soul Eater, kill the guy first, and only if you can't get to him or the other mobs deal too much damage, you have to kill the other ones as well. Now we get Vol Burning Arrow, which I don't think we already have. Fires an arrow that explodes, dealing fire damage to its target and other nearby enemies. Increased chance of igniting them. Okay. Not too bad. So that's basically this side area. I don't think there's anything interesting going on here in the corrupted area. We just found a pretty good weapon. You can see that it has both physical rolls and also some cold damage on top of that. And it is not too far off from the weapon that we're using right now. The big difference is that this is a one-hander and we're using a two-hander right now. So if we find a decent shield, we will probably switch to this one. But we don't really have one yet, so at this point it'll just go in here and we'll see if we can find something soon. Okay, to go back to the Imperial Gardens. So we did the Corrupted Zone, which was somewhere over here. What we will do now, I can probably go through here. Just leave those guys behind. There's some people, yeah. I'm just gonna run through all of them. We have the hedge maze here. This zone is somewhere at the side of, you know, this area. I can't really give you any more hints than that because right now it's over here, but it could be in relation to the entrance to the Scepter of God, for example. It could be down here. It actually, mostly for me, it used to be down here somewhere. Or I found it down here as well. It's all over the place, so you just have to look for it. I can't really give you any specific directions. Well, let's go in. Now in here we are supposed to find the Cheetah's Plum. It's an optional quest, so you don't have to do it necessarily to progress in the storyline. But for completion's sake, we're just gonna go through it. I don't think there's any really new types of monsters in this zone. Well, I mean, we've seen these Chaos Spitters before, I think in Act 2. So they have a different name in here, but that's it. Nothing else new. Apart from that, we have statues. We have Devourer. The zone boss is actually a Devourer in here. And on the highest difficulty, on Merciless, he is pretty dangerous. On normal, I wouldn't say so. You shouldn't have any issues defeating him. So there's a Devourer here, but that's just a tiny one. Alright. Now, there's quite a few things that leveled. And we leveled, so we will go in here. And we got Herbalism last time, so now we will go and get Honor's Guile. We need one more level. This is a dead end. This zone is somewhat annoying because there's just too many dead ends for my taste. And I still don't have my movement gem. I'll probably try to get it for the next episode, just to make sure that I can go through all of this quicker. And I would really recommend you guys doing the same and getting Leap Slam. I think Leap Slam is better than Whirling Blades, especially Leap Slam enables you to get over Damn. Corrupted zone again? Really? It enables you to get over boulders as well. And you can't do that with whatever I mentioned before. My brain is fried. Patches of shocking ground. 11% more items. I think we've seen this zone before, if I'm not mistaken. This should be the cellar where we have Rima. We'll just have a quick look. Well, there's already cult-based mobs in here, so that kind of tells me that it is likely. But we'll check. Yes, it is Rima. Okay. Well, I think we can do this. I usually want to have a high cold, and I only have 32, which is not good. Because if those traps hit me, they might just freeze me in place. And then... Whoa, okay, she has this as well. Interesting. But the good thing is that this is softcore, first of all. I'm just waiting for those traps to explode. Here we go. So now I can go back in. I'm just gonna go all the way around. You can see how many traps she is dropping. Whoa, okay, this hurts a bit. Just want to kill the blue mobs over here, because they might be a tiny bit dangerous. And now... I kind of have to get her attention again. And if they go live, I don't want to be on shocking ground, obviously. Okay, she's almost down. Here we go. So now, don't run to her right away, because there's still traps. And you kind of have to wait until those traps go off. Otherwise, you run into the last trap that she set. Vol Haste. That's pretty good. That should sell for a bit. Let's have a look. You gain movement speed, attack speed, and cast speed. I think this is just increased the percentage. Sorry, the percentage is increased, but it is just very temporary. So that's what the Vol Jam here is about. Okay, so that was the corrupted zone. I just wanted to do this really quickly. Damn, there's so much good stuff in here. How can I do this quickly? Seriously. Let's see what this is all about. Quantity, identified items. This is pretty... This shouldn't be too hard. I'm just gonna use my fire traps to get some initial damage off. And here we go. That was pretty easy. And I get some currency. Great. Chromatic. I'll take the shield. We're actually looking for a shield. So although this is a chromatic already, if I sell it, I do want to see if this is interesting. No, it's not. So, well. Shit happens. Okay. Let's just get out of here as quickly as possible. Because we're kind of... I think we're roughly around 30 minutes. And I want to finish this zone. And then end the episode there, and we'll do the library next time. I really want to get to 30 minutes for my episodes, because I think it's way better in terms of, you know, concentration for everyone. Okay, okay, this is the end, but I do want to find the zone boss, so we're just gonna kill everything in between. Should be somewhere over here. We have a Devourer, but that's not the zone boss. You usually you can see that um, it's the area where you encounter the zone boss if it's a large open area. Oh, another couple Devourers. Okay, this is definitely a dead end. But we have some blue mobs here, so we can kill the blue mobs. That's good XP usually. Also, if you're thinking about racing, something is dealing damage to me. If you're thinking about racing, stopping for blue mobs is usually a good idea. Stopping for any other kind of mob is not a good idea. Okay, yeah. It's not up here. So let's just get our boots on. Oh, Valarp. Nice. Good that I checked this. And let's get over here. Well, it has to be here, yeah. Oh my god, okay, this is... I don't know which one this is. Thugs, oh my god, okay. So this is dangerous, because this guy is already dangerous. If he hits you, he deals a lot of damage. Not so much in normal, but Thugs, I think, is additional attack speed and damage. So this soul was pretty insane. I just want him to hit me. Whoa, and you see that he has he has the normal melee attack, and I think the melee attack is actually pretty strong. Come on, hit me. Ah, it's alright. Then he has this projectile attack, but he fires two normal ones, and then he fires this huge thingy. And I think if this one hits you, that deals a very significant amount of damage. Fire-based, obviously. But especially with Spectral Throw, it's relatively easy to just kite him. And we get some really nice drops here. Okay. I'm just gonna pause here and see what all of this is. Okay. Sadly, no upgrade. Back here, if you get to an area where you have this, these pillars, and this little pond in the middle, you are at the end of the zone, and you have some statues that will trigger if you come too close here. Just get rid of all of them. There's always one magic group right here. Group of magic mobs. It looks like it's monkeys in my case, which is really easy. They could be those chaos spitters as well, which makes it a bit more difficult.
My mana is gone.
But usually nothing really worrisome. Make sure that you click the tree to get the plum, pick it up, and then you're basically done here, so you can use a portal, go back to town, and before we end the episode, I want to get, because this is only one part of the quest, so I want to get the second part, and this is also in Act 3. You have to go back to the marketplace, and in the marketplace there is a decanter that you want to get. Just to remind you guys, the quest that I'm talking about here with the plum is the one that the Swig of Hope, and we got it here in the docks from what's his face? Fairgraves. From the Ghost of Fairgraves. So basically back here, what we're looking for is the decanter, and the decanter will be in one of these areas, something like this. So you want to look around the houses. Oh, I can see the exclamation mark here. So if you have the quest, you can already see the exclamation mark, so that makes it a lot easier. and then you click on this chest, you get the decanter, and you got it. This was quicker than I actually thought it would be. Now, let's go back to the waypoint, and then we go to docks. And this is where we have Fairgraves. Come on, load. Down here. Just gonna kill. Oh, he got a sword. Okay, and here, if we talk to him, he will basically take both of those items, and he will offer us a reward. We can take a ruby flask, which is fire resist, sapphire for cold, topaz for lightning resist. These flasks are they are important in late game, but I would not recommend you guys taking one of these right now because you will find a ton of them throughout your game. I would take one of these, one of the amulets, because it's way harder to find a rare amulet. And you just have to decide what do you need in terms of attributes. And in my case, I just want to double check. I have a ton of dexterity because I started as a ranger, so I don't need dexterity, which means I will take the strength intelligence one. So let's look at the reward. Dexterity, intelligence, strength, dexterity. So I will take the Agate amulet. Here we go. And that's the quest, and he will just disappear. Okay. So this one, as I said before, this one was an optional quest. So it just gives you this amulet. It's nothing in terms of progression, but I usually do it because it is hard to find a good amulet and to even find a rare amulet. So this is good, or this could potentially be really good. Crit multiplier and some cold resist. Well, we would lose quite a bit of life, and we would not gain much cold resist. So this might not be worth it, but it's always worth a try. You know, you could get a ridiculous amulet here, and that would just carry you for 10 levels or so. So it's definitely worth it. Anyway, this was the last thing that I wanted to show you guys. So we're just going back to our little hidey hole here. And that's the end of the episode. We haven't really made too much progress. The next time we'll go into the library. And then the episode after that, we should start with our climb of the Scepter of God and make our way towards Dominus. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We had a lot of corrupted action going on. Please give the episode a like if you did. And subscribe to the channel if you want to support me personally. And I'll see you guys for the next one.